Hello everyone, welcome to Neural Data. I'm Aditya and today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic, that is data science. So before moving ahead with this video, if you have got any query, please visit our website www.neuraldata.info. You must have heard or you must have wondered why there is a hype going around data science for the past few years. And if you have wondered like this, then you are not alone, my friend, believe me. Like you, I've also wondered for the past few years and then I moved into this domain. And today I'm going to share you my experience and today I'm going to give you an overview of data science, how it works in industry in real life. So the sole purpose of this video is the same. Now I would be explaining all these things with the help of some story, with the help of a real time instance that happened in the past. Back in 1990s, internet was not much of a deal because at those times people were passionate about investment banking, they were passionate about the core engineering jobs like mechanical, civil, electrical jobs. But after a decade or so, people started realizing the power of internet and they get attracted towards it, and then they started shifting their jobs towards towards information technology related jobs. Then came the phase when they started shifting towards the software development part, application development part, those things, because smartphones started rolling out in the market, laptops started rolling out into the market. So those things started happening in early 2000. This happened because after the introduction of information technologies worldwide, there were so many work that people were not able to do it by themselves, but with the help of these new technologies, it became so easier. So in order to ease those things, these technologies got developed, and then people started moving with the flow of the technology itself. A little after this, the phase came where world got introduced with IoT, that is Internet of Things. The very simple example I would give is Amazon's Echo Dot, if you know, Google Home, if you know. So those things are IoT. So the devices which provides data during its operation is called as IoT, Internet of Things. You have got smart TV. So from the operation of a smart TV, like you are watching Netflix, Amazon Prime, everything. So Amazon, Netflix, those companies know your user behavior, and according to your user behavior, they recommend you the specific movie, a specific genre of TV shows, like that. So this IoT is playing a big role in advancement in technology right now. So industry mainly are doing their business in modern times using data-driven approach. In earlier times, they were they have started their business and they have driven it by using some other means. But for nowadays, in order to run a business effectively, you need to have a proper amount of data, and those data should be analyzed in order to get some insight about the business. How would you improve your business? What are the products that needs to be launched? What are the services that needs to be provided? And what are the areas of improvement you need to have? So those insights can easily be gathered through this data science domain. So this is why it is getting popular nowadays. Now, coming back to the data scientist role responsibilities. So the responsibility of a data scientist is to provide an insight about trend in the data. The data that is gathered over some years will get analyzed by data scientists or data analysts, and after this insight, like after they get the insight, they communicate the findings with the company, and in turn contribute to increase in the company revenue. So these are the people who decide what company needs to make a product, and after they decide and they formulate some model and then present it to the business, and business approves it, then business moves ahead with the production, moves ahead with the idea of producing a product. Then they hire software developers where they develop this certain product, or they hire the software developers for making some software for services. kind of those things. So this data scientist role is highly regarded and is valued in a company. So don't take it lightly, my friend. Like, if you are coming into this field, you should know, you should have the knowledge of almost every domain possible. Like, the business may be into some retail business, or your company may be into, the hospitality business, or it may be into airline business or banking business or anything. So if you are going ahead with data science and is applying for a company, then you should know the domain of the field of that company, and you should have that relevant knowledge. I have seen many experienced guys are getting transitioned into data science even after 10 years of experience. Also, they are getting into this. But the only requisite is they should know, they should have the proper knowledge. Now I think you got to know about the role and responsibilities of a data scientist. Now we will continue our discussion about what data science is. So I will put it simply, I would simply say data science is a study of data which involves recording, storing and analyzing it to extract useful information. So any kind of data you have, if you are able to analyze it by some means, by making some models, or by making it into some format and then analyzing it, it is called as data science. And the goal is to derive insights from any kind of data. So this is what company requires, company is expecting from you. Now I would explain the components of data science. So actually it comprises of various fields and is formed by intersection of computer science, maths and statistics, domain or business knowledge. And once we combine all these fields, and oops, you get a data science here. Beauty of this field is that we don't need in-depth knowledge of each and every intersecting points. Like, you don't need to have a complete knowledge of computer science. You don't have to be a professional in maths or in statistics and probability, those things. But certain amount of knowledge of all those domains are required. Then only you will become a good data scientist. Not to burst the bubble of doubt, let me give you guys some example of why we need data science now. Because in nowadays the data that we have collected is a million times more than what we have collected some 10 years back or something. So if we have those kind of data, that means there is some kind of information hidden in that. So if we extract the information out of those data, then we can easily find the trend and we can easily find the insights, meanings of those data, and the meanings, insights will indirectly or directly help out the business, help out the surrounding people, everyone around us. So insights or information is required. The first example I would give regarding will be the planetary system. There are some exoplanets that is getting explored year by year, and we need to predict whether it is habitable or not. So tell me one thing, by telescope, from everything you can see the planet that is over there. Fine, that I think the exoplanet that I'm talking about right now is some 4 light years away. Then how would you know that that planet is habitable or not? For this, we will make use of machine learning algorithm to predict. We will gather some features of the planet. We have telescopes, we have the sound recording systems, like the vibrations that is getting generated, then we can convert that into our vibration mechanical systems, those things. Then after getting those features, we can predict whether it is habitable or not. And how can we predict? We will compare it with the features of our earth, of our planet, and if it matches, then oops, you have got one habitable planet, my friends. Second example I would take is biological data science, where we predict various diseases based on input provided by patients. So any kind of disease can be predicted if the relevant data is provided to us. So what will happen, if you want to predict whether person has cancer or not in abdominal part. So what as a data scientist we will do, we will take the features, we will take the components of variables of that field, like what is the length, what is the width of that part, whether some substance is present there or not, and then we will compare that with our prehistorical data. So consider in the past we have collected all those models, and we already know in what circumstances we will be getting cancer, and in what circumstances we will be not be getting the cancer. So if we compare the new data that we are going to predict with the prehistorical data, then we can predict, we can build the machine learning model, and then we will predict it. So this is how it works. It is very simple. It's not exactly simple, but if you are thinking in this way, then it will become very simple. Third example I would give will be real estate or any company's business. So in this case, we can predict the real estate prices, and we can forecast or predict the future value of any company. We can predict whether a product of a company will be going good or not in the future, or it will run into profit or loss. We can predict all those things. So for this also we will gather prehistorical data, we will make a model, and then we will compare it with the new data that we are going to predict. Similarly, for the chipset performance enhancement, we can do the same. So if we are making chipset and silicon content, we are taking some amount, and then we will compare like what was the value we have been, like we have got earlier, and if we are reducing the silicon's content or something, some VLSI kind of thing, then what will the performance? So by making use of historical data, again we will predict and provide the trained output inside anything you can say. Same goes for VR, how we can improve the quality of the VR by taking into consideration of the various parameters. And in the case of rocket science also, data science is extremely useful in predicting the launch rate and whether that rocket will land on the moon, Mars or whatever. So every feature we will take into account and we will predict the outcome. Similarly, if you want to predict the outcome of a sports or an event, you just have to get or gather the prehistorical data and just make the model and do the prediction. I firmly believe you must have got memorized by all the practical applications. You must be, because it is not possible that you will not get excited, my friends. I know it's really tempting to get into this field, but before that, there are some prerequisites you should have. There are some skill set that we require as a data scientist that we should be knowing beforehand itself. So don't worry guys, I will walk you through here like this step-by-step process, what you need to know in order to become a data scientist. And in the coming days I will be uploading the whole video regarding the data science pipeline, and I will be making it a separate playlist. Now coming to the skill set front, the very first thing you need to learn is statistics and probability. And apart from this, you need to have hands-on experience on any one of programming languages, Python or Java. Python is actually preferred in the market as of now because of its enriched library that we have got. Then you should learn ETL process. So that is nothing but extract, transform and load, like loading the data into a repository from data warehouse. So these things you should know, like how to extract. For this you should know Talend or Informatica. Those are the ETL tools, and you should also know SQL, because anyhow from the database is like database has got huge number of tables, and from all those tables you have to join, merge or combine and make a data set for your model. So for that you should know SQL also. So these are the prerequisites. Now after this, the skill set that is required is data wrangling, where you convert your raw data into appropriate format for analysis. Consider you have got some visual data. So how will you convert that visual data, that is nothing but an image, into the binary format? Then I will take the example of any video. So how will you separate the audio video, and then for the audio you have to make a transcript, means word by word you have to convert it into the vectorized form, and for the image of that video you have to do the image you have to convert it into binary format, zeros and ones, that we used to do in Byte by making use of some library in Python. Then after this, the important part starts, the thing is, you must know data exploration part, where you will be analyzing the different features in a dataset and try to find the relationship between features. Then comes the famous, again most famous part, that is machine learning. So the artificial, like it is a subset of artificial intelligence, you can say. So here, machine learning, you need to learn supervised machine learning and unsupervised machine learning along with text mining. After this, you should learn the advanced machine learning, which is nothing but deep learning, where you will be learning about artificial neural networks. You must have heard about ANN, CNN, RNN, those things. Then comes big data framework, where knowledge about Hadoop or Spark is needed in order to handle enormous amount of data. This is not much important, but you should know. If you are a beginner, then it's fine. If you are experienced, then you should definitely know these things. Till this point, you will be able to do prediction. Like till this point, I have told how can you do prediction forecasting, and the finding patterns out of the data. Now comes the deployment part, where you need to make a web app using Flask or Django, and then host it on any infrastructure as services like AWS, Azure platform, or any platform as a service like Heroku platform. So we need to finally deploy what we have made the model on these platforms. Once we deploy the model, then by using the link itself, we will be able to operate our model in any real-time scenario on any devices. I hope you have got the overview of data science. If you think this video is useful in providing any kind of information to data science community, please like it, share it, and subscribe it. Thanks. Stay safe, stay blessed.